welcome back to another episode of
To Be in the Same Boat, and we are your host, Karina.
And I'm Erica.
And today's episode's about
plans and goals.
and plan making.
Yes.
And yes.
You know what I just realized? We never actually rehearsed the hello everyone, welcome back.
Yeah,
But
we never
it's
do.
the same every time.
We're just so in sync.
We're just so Bluetooth connected.
We never made a plan about it.
Exactly.
Okay, plans. Oh, this episode is sponsored by Idea of our roommate.
As
Yet
always,
again.
shout out to Maya.
Shout out to Maya.
She's
Thank
our
you, Maya.
official idea bank.
VP of Ideas.
Yes.
Okay,
What is your plan, Karina?
for life.
For life.
I wanted to start with I actually wanted to start with how you used to think about plan making, how you think about it now.
Okay. I feel like I've always been the type of person who needs to have a plan. For example, traveling, I need to, and I like writing itineraries, knowing what time I'm here, what time I'm doing this, when I'm eating, stuff like that. And then in terms of like school and life and priorities, I also like having plans. I feel like I still do.
You definitely do.
Yeah. But I also incorporate more like spontaneous activities within my plans. I feel like I like both.
From 0 to 10, how would you say you're on the grade of like plan making? Where do you stand?
I think 7.
Okay,
Yeah.
7 is solid.
What about you? You're also very much a planner.
I am. We're both very much a planner, so
Yeah.
this is like something we do on our daily life. But I think I'm less of a planner than you are, for sure.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I feel like
'Cause
you need plans more than I do.
That's what that's what I was getting at, is because I have less plans, but when mine don't go as planned, I freak out.
Oh.
And I've always been like this. Like, going back to my question is from 0 to 10. I think I'm a solid like 6. I don't make like very structured plans, but I freak out when they don't go the way I've been wanting them to. And like I've been like this literally since I was a kid. Like birthday parties, this is so funny, but my birthday parties, when something wouldn't go according to, and at that time I would make like time wise, so it's like 5 p.m. we all sit down and we have our 15-minute snack, and then we go back to whatever they were playing. If that doesn't go well, I was like such an annoying kid. I would run to my mom and be like, nobody's listening to me. Why is it not happening? Like, I was so stressed for no reason. I don't know why or when. I've been trying to remember, and no clue.
But the thing is, I still see that in you like now.
Yes, I am still that for sure. But I've been like, I'm better. I can contain myself a little bit now. Because I think if I couldn't, it would be just like a freak show. Because like literally freak out about every single little thing. But I in terms of like now, I guess in my daily life, obviously I have scheduled like meetings and stuff and whatever, but I don't plan like what am I eating. Even like scheduling gym sometimes is stressful for me. So it's like it depends. Some parts of my life I want to schedule, some parts of my life I really don't, because it makes me like anxious in a way of like I'm scared that if I'm not gonna follow it, something's gonna happen. I think that makes me more stressed. So, yes.
I think that I think about it, maybe I'm like an 8.
Yeah, I think you're higher than 7.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like, I don't like associating myself as a planner. But even though like deep down I very much am a planner, but I just don't like saying that, oh, I like having things planned. I feel like for some reason that makes me seem like, I feel like it makes me seem like a very like bossy person.
But you're not like that with other people. I am. You're not. You're like that with yourself.
Yes.
And you never drag other people to do something because your plan is not going according to whatever.
Oh, yeah, I think the plan is very like a very personal thing.
Yeah.
Stuff that I need to do.
Yeah. And even I feel like with you, when things don't go according to a timeline, you're like, it's fine. Like you're very much, and I don't know if you truly mean it.
I think I kind of convince myself that it's fine. Deep down, I'm like freaking the fuck out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I am freaking out, but I'm like, it's fine. Like, it doesn't matter. It's gonna end up
It's
fine.
gonna play out, yeah.
And I just trick myself into thinking that, so I trick everyone else into thinking that I'm fine. But I think like once I actually like kind of unfold my feelings and like my thoughts about a certain situation, I'm like, oh shit, like
it's not
fine. And then I start like bawling.
Oh,
that's why I have my breakdowns like periodically.
Interesting. I freak out about like little things that don't work out. That's why like that's like what I'm saying. Like well, the example from the other day, we were planning our trip, and there was a lot of things in that situation, but one of the main things is that I was freaking out because by this time we said we're gonna already book things, and we haven't, and everyone was. That's my issue. Is like sometimes I don't allow other people and myself to have fun while doing things. It's like everyone was having fun because it's like whatever, 10 p.m. we're all tired. We're just like in the living room. It's fine, but like everyone is doing that and not doing the thing that we're supposed to do, and my eye was like twitching the whole night, and then that was like the last drop, and it was just like not happening, and I was like, I can't deal with this right now, and my way of dealing with things is actually not dealing with them. I fully shut down, and I just stopped talking. Not very healthy, but it's been like this for a while now. All of my close friends know this about me. And it's funny that because I did that, and then I was like, oh, I haven't acted like this in like a very long time, because I think for me to act this way, I need to be very close with people. And I did that, and I was like, oh. I didn't know I'm that comfortable.
Friendship level up.
Yeah, because like for me, it's not even the fact that like, oh, I'm just like freaking out. It's just like I'm allowing myself to act this way, because it's like, for example, in my case comp, I couldn't do that.
Right.
Like there is no way. And then that's what I'm saying. Like I grew in terms of my like planning stuff, because a lot of times things don't go according to your plan. And you have to adjust. That's just life. I think COVID taught a lot of us about that. But it's like for me, it was like, okay, deep down breaths, it's fine, it's fine. And I did that in my case comp, and I think in my work life I'm fine with it now. I'm just like, okay, we breathe, we inhale, exhale, and we go with it. Like our event didn't go as planned, and I was fine with that. But when in my personal life something don't go the way I want it, like everything in my body started like twitching, and I'm just like not having a great time. And then for all the other people, it just looks like I don't want to talk, which is true. Partially.
I mean, I feel like in that specific context, we also need someone like you who like will force us into making these decisions and then doing things, because everyone else is like, oh, just having fun, which is good. It's like positive,
true,
and everyone's having fun, but at the same time, we also need to have stuff done. And I think everyone knows that like you're the type of person who will make us do it. And
so normally, like in group work and stuff, I'm always the one who's like, okay, back on track. Okay, but like it does play a big role into my, I guess, like mental health or whatever, and just like my well-being. Because again, I just shut down, and then I'm not having a great day after that, obviously. Because the whole thing about planning too is like I've heard my whole life actually that it's like you're being too like bossy, or you're like being too. And you said, like, you don't want to look bossy. I know I am. And that's been, like, something I've been hearing my whole life. So it's, like, it obviously doesn't have a good connotation around it. So you don't want to seem that way. But I'm, like, honestly, at this point, I know, like, that's a fact about me. And I don't get offended by it anymore. I'm just, like, well, it is what it is. Yeah. And I am working on it not to make it, like, very uncomfortable for other people, for sure. But I don't think I can change myself.
I don't think you need to. I feel like that's like to a certain extent, bossy is not always a bad thing. I feel like you're you know how to use your bossiness in like situations where you have to. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like you don't have to worry too much about it. But then I realized, like, because you also enjoy planning in general, and, like planning events, planning trips. Like, for example, if we're doing this grad trip, you'll probably be the one who's like planning like a more solid like plan and itinerary. Whereas for me, I hate planning with other people. Yeah. And I hate planning for other people. I used to kind of enjoy it, but nowadays I'm like, I absolutely do not want to plan if it's like impacts other people. I can only plan for myself, and I can plan for myself like down to the second of every single day. Yeah. But I hate like when people are relying on me to make decisions and make plans, because I'm like, what if they're not like happy? What if I make a perfect plan and then a small thing doesn't go the right way, and then now the whole plan's ruined, and then it's all on me. Yeah. But then they're like, oh, it's fine. But I'm like, no, it would have been so much nicer if we did this. Like, I'm the only person who knows what will happen if we followed the plan. But if it's not being followed, then I'm like, well.
Interesting.
So
we're like on the opposite sides here.
Yeah, even like in very like small scale too. For example, when Cam was visiting me in Toronto, we went out for the day, and I was like, okay, it's your first time in Toronto. I'll make a plan of like what we can do and where to go and stuff. And then the whole day it was just like, you know how the TTC just never worked when I wanted to work. TTC was not working. The weather was shitty. Things were closed, and it was cold, and it was early, and like all the ideas I had, like we didn't do anything, and I was like so like upset. But he was like, oh, it's fine, like I'm still happy like being here. Yeah. But I was just like, it would have been really nice to do this and to do that. So I've decided that I will no longer plan for other people.
I'm like on the opposite side. I like planning for myself, but very big things, like
long-term things,
or like in general, like without specific timing. Like time freaks me out. Like for example, very basic, going to the gym. I can plan that I'm going to the gym today, but I'm not going to tell myself when. Or I'll be like, I should go in the morning according to my like schedule, and I kind of have time in like set in head. But better if I don't, because if I do, I don't know why it never works out. It just never does. But planning for other people, I feel like I'm tied. So it always does. And the whole thing about like, oh, something doesn't go according to plan, you have to adjust. I think because I've been planning my whole life for other people, I'm okay with it now. Like, it doesn't go well. And again, it's funny that I brought up the other night because it was not fine and I was freaking out. But in the long term of like things, I'm an overthinker, so I think through the things that can happen. So I'm like, okay, if this doesn't go well, okay, we'll do that. We'll go there. We'll like whatever. And then I just remind myself, like, just live a little bit,
like relax,
relax. And then again, everyone else is having fun, so just like be fun too. Yeah. So. Yeah.
I mean, my notes app is just like I plan every single day.
Yeah, Erica's like
I find so much joy in doing that. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna plan next week, but I'm like, it's a little bit too early for that.
She's so happy at night, like writing her like, I'm gonna have like a yogurt breakfast tomorrow, and then
like I have it here. I'll show you.
Like I think it should like show up like here. I'll put in the screenshot. It's like first time I saw it.
Yeah, I have weekly, daily, and then every single day up till next week of today, and then my monthly stuff. And it's like, I guess I just like knowing that I have things to do.
But you put like everything, like
timestamps. Yeah. Like 7 a.m. gym, and then 9 a.m. home, eat breakfast. I used to put what I'm gonna have for breakfast. Yes. Like last year, I stopped doing that. And then I'll be like, okay, this time class, and then I'll have like, okay, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. tasks. So submit this assignment, email this person, finish this thing, whatever, and then go home, whatever.
I only have tasks in my like daily schedule. I only have tasks, like
things you need to get done.
Yes. And then I have like that weekly and then daily, and then everything else, like go to the gym or like whatever meetings I have, that's on my calendar. Because I get a notification of like in 15 minutes meeting online, and I'm like, okay, but and yeah, I think I found my way with the schedule throughout university. I'm really happy with how it is. I'm very comfortable with how it is right now. So how would you say you changed with your planning before uni, and I guess before COVID for us, and like with COVID through COVID, and I guess now coming to grad? Like, how did that change?
I don't know. I don't remember how I used to plan stuff in high school. I feel like I had so much things going on.
Mm-hmm.
For example, assignments, and then cheer, and then personal stuff. I don't remember how I used to plan.
Did you like write it like that? No?
I don't think so. Honestly, I think I just remembered it in my head.
That's what I was thinking about, because I had never wrote it like out as well.
Yeah.
And I just started doing that with COVID. So I was like, how the hell did I do everything? It was just all in my head.
Yeah, it was all in my head. Well, okay, no. In high school, it was like, if it was assignments, we had like Avenue, but it's called, we use Google Classroom. So everything's on there. We just see deadlines over there. So that's done there. And then cheer, it's always like the same times. So I know in my head. Or if we have like a lot of practices, it's all written down like by the coach. So they'll send a note, and then I'll just look back on the note. And then that's pretty much it. So I didn't need to have like a calendar or anything like that.
Everything was done for you.
Pretty much. And then I feel like throughout uni, I used different platforms and stuff like Google Calendar, Notion. But now I stopped using, I use Timetree, which is like nobody uses it. And then I use my Notes app.
I tried it.
Notes app is like the best one for me.
I get that. I use Notion now, but back in high school, we have this thing, it's called like diary. Everyone has it, like you have to have it. It's basically like your document when you go to school, and you write all the stuff there, and you get grades there as well. So you basically what we have with Avenue, but just in like textbook. So then I would write all my like assignments and homework there. So I guess that was done. But then what else? Yeah, dance, same thing. It was the same time. And then every extracurricular I had always the same time. But then if I did have something extra, like extra dance practice, performance, whatever it is, it was just all memorized. But now I'm thinking about it, like it's crazy how many things I memorized, and now I always refer to my calendar. Like even when I had like another meeting, I'm like, oh, I need to go to school earlier because I'm meeting with this person. I just knew it. Now it's on my schedule. If it's not on my schedule, it's not in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I'm like, I'm really bad. Like whenever even we make plans or anyone like, oh, you want to go for coffee? I'm like, give me a sec. And I go to my calendar because I like sometimes I like forget things. So it's not really good, all these technology for your brain.
No, it's really not. Oh my God, my memory has become so bad.
Yes, but COVID, why I brought COVID up. COVID made me so organized in that sense. Yeah, because in COVID is when I got my routine of like, wake up 7 a.m., do workout, breakfast, shower, do classes, this and this and this. And then that was the time when I was like so freaked out about future and long-term plans. But I was like, it's fine, just figure out now routine. So like figure out now goals.
Okay, that makes sense because I was like COVID. I don't remember what I was doing. Like I did stuff during COVID, but I didn't do like a routine like that. I had a routine, but it wasn't like anything significant.
No, that was when I was like, okay. And then I was like using Notes app for like all my assignments, all of that. And yeah, really
interesting.
Thankful for COVID for that.
Yeah, I feel like what's your like 5-year plan, 10-year plan? Do you have all those like kind of just in the back of your head?
Oh, 100%. Remember even one time we were writing our goals for next year, and I was like, Erica, we should write our goals for next year because it's new year and it's something we do with my family. And then they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, this year and then 5-year.
Yeah, I wasn't very excited about the idea of it. No. I did it. It's still in my Notes app. Sometimes I look at it.
I thought, did we not write it?
I think we did both. Or at least I did both.
I think you did the here and I wrote it.
Maybe. But sometimes I look back and I'm like, yeah,
I don't... interesting. I need to open that up. But yeah, that was like for me, I'm like excited about that. I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? But then Erica was like, why?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? I was like, oh, okay. But 10-year plan, my dad asked me that actually when I was applying to uni. He was like, okay, great, you want to do business and whatever, but what's your 10-year plan? Like, where you want to be in 10 years? And I was like, a 17-year-old girl at a time. I was like, huh?
In 10 years?
I don't know. I do have some type of vision in my head for sure. But I try not to give me timestamps too drastically because they freak me out.
Yeah. I feel like this has been such an ongoing, like, topic in my head for such a long time. Like, recently, it occupies so much of my mind. I'm like, okay, I'm turning 23. That's, like, basically mid-20s. Kind of.
So early.
It's like early mid-20s.
Early mid, yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I have, like, so much of my 20s left, but at the same time, it's not that much at all. And then I'm like, I have so many things I want to achieve, but I don't know if I'll be able to achieve them. I don't know if what I'm doing now is going to stop me from achieving them. I don't know what I need to do in order to achieve them. I'm, like, overthinking so much, and I'm, like, so scared. I'm actually terrified of, like, I talked about it in a different episode of, like, settling and being comfortable and then just, like, giving up on my dreams.
Do you see a way to mitigate that?
I don't know. I'm actually so terrified.
That's so interesting because I feel like, I don't know, I said this to you before, but I feel like if you're scared of settling already, you're aware enough not to do that.
I guess so.
Because for me, it's like people, like, when they settle, when time passes, and they're like, oh, I gave up on my dream. Or whatever. But if you're thinking about it now, first of all, you can do something about it. Like, you still have so much time to do something about it.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, you don't know what to do, I think.
I feel like I know what to do, but I'm just, like, so discouraged because I haven't seen, like, that much results. And or, like, the results is very small. Or it's not as big as I want it to be. That's why I'm like, it's not working out, or I'm just, like, not, like, unmotivated. So I think that's what my issue is. And then I just, like, every day I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore, and, like, nothing's working out. Like, my plan is not going accordingly. Stuff like that.
I get that. Well, same, but I'm just I stopped worrying about it. I think I was worrying about it for so much at some point that I literally started having anxiety. So, like, I don't think about it. I just don't worry about it. And I was like, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. When I say this is my motto and this, like, one line saves my life, I am not joking. I say that and I'm like, it's fine. It's fine, everything. And then what I started noticing with my life is that a lot of things that I thought are not working out, they're actually working out for the better. Like, actually, genuinely. And then all the things that I want, again, throughout my, like, life, I've seen them come to life. It's just in a very different way that I thought they would. So I was like, I am trusting whatever universe angel is guiding me in this life, and I'll keep on pushing. And that's one thing is, like, you can never just, like, trust and do nothing. That's not how life works. Yeah. And sometimes it is discouraging. I fully agree with that. And sometimes you feel so hopeless because it's like, I'm working so much towards what? Yeah. You said it all the time, and I said it all the time. Yeah. It's like, I'm doing all of this. For what? For what? Yeah. But then I always think about this picture. And if I find it, I'll put it in here. But you know when there's, like, two guys going through, like, rocks to find some diamonds or something. Oh, and then they give up, and then the diamond's right there. I always think about it, and it's so silly, but it's just, like, it's stuck in my head, and I'm like, I am going to be pushing, and I'm going to be the one who's like, oh, I've had, like, 10 million calls, and 2 of them got back to me, and they were, like, freaking Google or something. Like, know those stories? Yeah. So I'm like, if I'm not going to be the story of, like, how incredibly easy it was, I'll do that. I'll break through. And then I also think about a lot of people who actually have it a lot worse. And they have to do a lot more than I have. And I'm very privileged and happy to be able to do all the things I do want to do. So, yeah. Would you say that's the one thing that keeps you going? Like, the saying that everything happens for a reason, and I don't know, like that?
Like, or what is the one thing that keeps you going?
Great question. I think either my dreams, and I realize that my dreams are very, like, I have to do a lot to get there. So if this is what it takes, sure. And yeah, I guess that. Sometimes family too.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes not in the healthiest way.
Yeah.
But it is one thing that keeps me pushing and always trying to get better. What's yours?
I think in general, just like the life that I want to live. But then I have a very specific like image in my head that keeps me going, and that is one day someone's gonna invite me to guest speak for something, and then I'm gonna talk about all the shit I went through and all the doubts I had, and then how it got me to where I am today. Today.
Wait, do you do
and
this?
That's gonna be in like a fashion marketing conference or like fashion week or something to do with what I have been dreaming about. And I feel like that's like the image of me like speaking it to like people at the time who is me right now. And then really just like I feel like I really want to help like motivate people, and then like tell people who are in my situation right now like it will be fine. And then show them that, you know, I went through the same thing, and then you'll be able to do it too, because I need that person right now in my life. So I feel like I want to be the person for whoever's in the future.
It's so cute. Yeah, no, same. Like giving back to the community.
Yeah,
it's so big. And I think like mentoring is just,
you'd be such a good mentor.
I think I would. I enjoy it so. Oh my god, yesterday I wasn't on a judging panel, but I was like, basically I saw the kids who presented before, and they're like first and second years, mostly first years. They're so cute, and they're like, oh, like what do you think, like feedback. And then they presented yesterday, and I was so proud of them. Aww. And I literally saw them only 2 presentations. I haven't seen them for so long, but I was just like so genuinely proud. And I was literally, every time they would say something, I'd be like,
I'm you're
like,
so
like
cute.
Like a crazy mom who's like in the back and taking this is like professional setting, and they look at me and I'm like,
I was so cute,
so happy. And that's like I think like one of the first things to know about me as a person is like I will be 100% happier for my friends and like close people to me exceed in life rather than me exceed.
That is like the most selfless like mindset you can ever have. I feel like
it's just like I'm so
it makes you so happy. Yeah,
and it's like not some. I don't think it's a skill you can work on. It's just popped out this way. And yes, I'm happy when I achieve things, but I'm so much more happier when my sister achieves things, or when you achieve things, or like when my friend is dropping a new single. I am like out of this earth happy.
That is actually like amazing. I wish I could be like that. Like I wish I could. Obviously I'm happy for everyone, you know, but like I feel like I care too much about myself sometimes, and I'm like I need to do this. And then like if my friends are like they like see whatever, or they see success in whatever they do, I'm so happy, especially if the ones that I have seen them go through everything. But then always after being happy, I'm like, oh shit, now it's my turn. Yeah.
And again, I think it's not, I don't think I can say anything about that just because it's not a skill. I haven't worked on it.
It's just who you are.
But in terms of being like selfish, it's also good because it keeps on pushing you.
Wait, do you think it's like a older sibling, younger sibling thing? Maybe.
We need other people's opinion. Also, actually, probably not, because like I know older siblings who are not like that.
I guess so.
I am just, I don't know what happened. Older sibling, Libra, whatever it might be. But I am very genuinely, and like having mentor, I think that I really want to be that person for someone when they need it. Even like for first years now, I tell them, I'm like, guys, reach out to me. I will get back to you. I'm happy to have conversation, because I did that when I was in first and second year, and a lot of times I've heard, oh, I'm too busy right now, or like, and I get that, like I know it's busy right now, but it's just like I still need that mentor person. And you know how they say like in life there should be like a mentor, a parent, something else.
Yeah.
Like there like should be 5 figures.
Yeah.
And I don't think I feel like I always missed out on the mentor part. My dad has always been kind of taking that part, but my dad is still my dad. And I've always wanted someone who I can like just like ask like, what do you do with this? Or like, what do you do with that? And I think maybe that's why I'm so big on
mentorship.
Yeah.
And
like
providing that for other people.
Providing that for other people. Because like I feel like I missed out on that a bit.
It's the same. Like how I was saying that I need someone to tell me that it will be fine. It's the same as how you need that mentorship and you want to be that for people next time. People. Yeah.
Do you... Okay, let's be more specific. What's your 10-year plan?
Oh, God. 33!
Oh, also, sorry, can I just say that 30... I was thinking about this the other day. Well, I'm 21. So I was like, 21 and 31 seems closer than 21 and 11.
Whoa.
Is it not?
Yeah, it is.
Right?
21 and 11 is crazy.
21 and 11 is like years
insane.
apart.
Well, it's also just because like...
You go through so much. When
that, and also I think just 21, 31, you're already in the mature end. 11, you're very much a kid. Yeah, baby. But honestly, I'm like low-key excited about 30s. Because
you're still very...
I know. It's just because like I know 20s you go through a lot, you learn a lot. It's so much fun. You're young. But then 30s, I feel like it's going to be when I'm stable and I have a vision in my life. I have a more like stable lifestyle. And that's what I'm working towards. So I'm very excited to have that. So, but a specific goal or a plan.
You can drop whatever you want.
Dude, I don't know.
Well, we know that you want to work in fashion marketing. So, like a big brand.
Let's say, like a well-known brand, a brand that I like. So working like a senior position in whatever company in a big city. Honestly, at this point, I don't even have a picture or like I don't even know what city anymore.
Maybe it's good.
Maybe it is good. It keeps my options open. Maybe Europe, maybe US, maybe staying here in Canada. I don't know. But honestly, I don't even have like a specific vision anymore. I just want to do what I love, like genuinely, and then make an impact in whatever it is that I'm doing.
Why do you love fashion marketing? I feel like I'm interviewing you right now. No, because
really like your company and I want to join your company.
No, but like genuinely, what makes it so something you love?
I just love the industry so much. And
like fashion?
Yeah, in general. I mean, ever since I was a kid, I loved fashion, right? Like I used to want to be like a designer. I used to draw like clothes in my like textbook when I was a kid. But then I never like got into it like professionally, or like I never explored that side of it. And then I just never like thought about it until like a couple years ago, and then I was like, oh, that's something that it got me very excited. And in that moment, I haven't felt this excited in so long. It was like second year uni. I was like doing all these like accounting, finance work. I'm like, what am I doing this for? And then once I realized that, I was like, I got so excited, and like I saw like my future for the first time, and I was like, and that I just made that my goal. Because if it gets me excited, I'm gonna do that, right? I feel like that's the same with you. When I see you happy with like planning events and seeing results like that, that's how I feel. About seeing that.
It's so interesting because like, you know how people like people who want to go into law, they're like, oh, I want to make someone's life, and I'm always like, marketing. It's so like it sounds funny when you say it. It's like oh, marketing girl, like whatever. But then it does make people like genuinely happy. It does, and whatever. I think for me, marketing is just the part of what I want to do in my life. It's definitely not like what keeps me so excited. It's like the giving back and the I don't even know. But yeah, I think the same thing happened with me with entertainment when I realized it, and when it clicked. When it clicked, and when I I allowed myself to feel that, because I've been thinking about event marketing and like entertainment industry since like 15, 16. But it was like, okay, it's not a stable career, Karina. Like you have to do something more stable, when you can actually make a lot of money to have a good living, because I do want to have a good living, you know. And then when I accepted, like, this is what I'm really passionate about, and I would rather have a little bit less money than work in a bank. And yeah, and
I say that all the time. Yeah, I'd rather like, earn less money or work more hours doing something that I love rather than like,
because also like something about my personality, I can't keep on going if I don't like it. Like it happened with my internship 2 years ago. It happened with other stuff in my life. It's just like I actually physically cannot. So
what is your 10-year plan?
Ooh, well, I want to be married in 10 years.
Oh yeah, I think me too.
Yeah. We on that topic, we actually made a list.
We did. Oh my God.
I love doing this with predictions of who's gonna get married first and who's gonna have a kid first in our house. I did that with my friends back home as well. I don't remember what the list was there, but I think I was on the bottom there.
Oh, and your friends back home?
Yes, and here I'm on the top.
Yeah, here like everyone's list, Karina and someone else are always at the top, and I'm always at the bottom.
Yeah, like that's like consensus kind of in the house. But it's funny to me because I am very truthful about the fact that I want to get married earlier rather than later. And for me, earlier is like, I guess like before 25 would be good. But then I know that I'm 21 right now, so it's like, is it feasible? I used to, oh my God, my plan used to be married by 22, have a first kid by 23.
Oh my God.
Like
till for long
yeah, till like I was 17, 18. I think when I hit 18 I was like, oh, I don't know about that.
22.
Yes, because my mom had me when she was 22.
I know, but that's crazy.
So I know, like now being in
22
this age,
you were a kid.
I know, but like at that time I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be so mature and old and whatever. But I still want to be earlier. Definitely married earlier. I want to have a kid maybe like obviously a bit later again in this economy. Yeah. Like maybe like by 30 I definitely want to have at least one kid. Which sounds kind of crazy now. That the fact, but by the end of the decade I might have another person that's, you know,
yours.
Yes. Anyways, but
baby Karina,
I do also want to like work for a couple of years and just be very focused on that, but I don't think I will ever stop working. I think work will always be like some part of my life because I just can't not be busy.
Same, I agree with that.
Like even if I'll be like a mom with 2 kids and like going to their practice and whatever, I think I'll thrive in it.
You're gonna be the mom on that parent teacher committee who like plans all the events in the school and like
maybe, I don't know. I kind of feel like iffy about it because it's like I'm scared if I do that I'll be too much into my kid's life, and I don't want that. Okay. I want them to live a life, and then I have my own stuff, and it will be like, oh, our mom is also doing something to whatever. Because also, again, I have my dreams and hopes, and my dreams are not connected to my kids.
Yes.
My dreams are connected to community, giving back, and whatever. So I need to do something about that. So we'll see how it all plays out in terms of like, is it going to be like a side business or like whatever? But that's my vision.
I like that. Makes me very hopeful about the future.
What's the worst for you? Making plans with your friends, your family, or your partner?
It depends what friends.
Oh.
First of all, it depends which friend group.
Let's say just friends. Like put like an average to everyone.
It depends so much. Like, what is the plan? Like, are we traveling? Are we...
Yeah, let's say travel plan. For the sake of... Because I think travel plan is something that, like, a lot of people can relate to.
I think friends.
The worst.
Yeah.
What's the best?
I don't want to say worst. I just mean, like, the hardest.
Yeah.
And the easiest is family. Or
Makes sense.
partner. I think partner only because it's just the two of you.
Yeah.
Very easy. And for me and Cam, it's like we have like similar like lifestyles and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Family, it's easy because, well, parents.
Mm-hmm.
And within the family, my brother and my mom loves to plan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you can plan. I'll follow. Friends, it's just because like there's usually more people.
Yeah.
And scheduling.
Basically more people, harder.
Yeah,
Got
pretty
it.
much. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Can't speak on the partner side, but I would assume it's easier because it's, again, just two of you.
You're your partner.
And I honestly think I would be planning stuff, and then they would be just following. But also, I would appreciate a lot if person plans. Oh my god, when somebody plans something for me, I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. I'm like, oh, marry me right now.
Yeah.
I think family is a bit because in our family I plan the most.
Yeah.
And it's not always I want to do that. It's just because I know the language, I know technology, whatever else.
Yeah,
I'm older sibling. And it's sometimes just like, because also like my parents want different things, and you're trying to make everyone happy, and it's a bit exhausting. And friends, again, depends, but I think friends is like, whatever. I don't freak out as much when it comes to friends. I'm like, whatever. Yeah. Family, I'm like very scared. Yeah. The risk is higher with family.
Yes. Actually, no, you're right. I feel like if, let's say, I'm the planner in all three situations, then I'll put family as the hardest. Yeah. Yeah, because the other day my parents were like, oh, okay, we can do a family trip sometime next year. And then they were like, this time you should plan. And I was like, because I was suggesting that I want to go to Europe. And I was like, and they're like, okay, we can go to Europe, but you plan. And I was like, okay. Bro, in Amsterdam, they were here for like a couple of days. I was so stressed. I was so stressed. Even though they're like, it's fine. Like, we're chilling. Like, you know, we'll follow your plan, whatever. But it's the saying that we'll follow your plan, I'm like, what is my plan? I was so stressed. In Japan, my brother was so stressed.
Yeah. No, like, it's stressful when you're the planner. It's like,
oh God.
What if we're not hitting that, and then they're gonna go home and it'll be like, oh, we didn't see this thing, we didn't see that thing, we didn't try this, we didn't try that. And
then no, you're right, because friends, it's more of like you have fun together no matter what.
Yeah,
something that happens like for the plot.
For the plot,
you know, you always find joy in whatever. Yeah, that's true.
Again, in this age and day we are in, so. I'm really happy how we planned for Mexico, actually. Yeah. Because we had, like...
We barely did any planning.
That's the thing. We, like, planned, like, things in terms of, like, oh, we want to see this, we want to see that. Mm-hmm. We found a couple of ways to do that. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. But we didn't, like, schedule every single day. So we're like, we're going to go with the flow. Yeah. And that was the best decision.
It worked so well.
We did. Because also, like, we went freaking jet skiing hungover. Oh, God. I was barely hanging on there.
I had such a good time. Jet skiing and
the parasailing thing. Yeah. Guys, there's like a video of me on that parasailing thing. And I'm like trying not to fall asleep or just like be okay because I'm literally hungover. Anyways. And it was so fun.
It was so fun. I would do anything to go back to Mexico. Like that trip. It was so good.
But that's the thing. But like, I like that. I like planning some things. Like, oh, we want to see this restaurant. We want to go to this place. And like couple of pinpoints. But not like every single minute.
Yeah, because that's just going to stress you out.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't think it's like, I don't know. Sometimes it's just too much. Too much.
How do expectations from your culture and back home kind of influence the goals that you set for yourself?
Ooh, I really like this question. I love this question.
Oh my God.
I think
I like this little life.
I think the thing about family is what comes from culture. Like my planning, my wanting to get married earlier comes from that. My thing of wanting to have kids comes from that. Also, the whole idea of like the guys working, the mom is stay at home, and like whatever. I'm also like okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think fully, because again we're changing and merging, but I think compared to Western culture, I'm definitely still a mix of both. And I think when I moved here, actually my timeline moved when it comes to the kids and getting married and whatever else. So yeah.
Do you think it's a big impact? Like
Well,
your current plan, how much do you consider like culture and like your home or your life back home?
Like percentage?
Yeah, sure.
Like wait, like how did it change my plan for future?
Like your current future plan.
Yeah.
How much does back home and your personal culture, like how much does it impact your future plan?
Oh, I think like 60%.
Oh, really?
Or like, well, again, if we're talking back home, taking in family and culture, because it's like a bit different things, right? Society and family. I think both. It's like 60% probably. Yeah, I think. What about you?
I feel like mine's also a big chunk, but in a opposite way. You're in a way like mimicking what you grew up with and what you know. I think for me, I want to do something the different.
Why?
I don't know.
Do you hate your culture?
No, it's not that I hate my culture. It's just like, I guess maybe like when growing up, I always wanted to. I don't even know, to be honest.
Is it because like you heard from someone close to you that it's not the life?
Not even that. Maybe it's just me seeing it and I'm like, this is not the life that I want. Or me seeing the potential of something else, I guess. But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it definitely comes from, like, I was really close with my family my whole life. And I never realized how precious that is till I moved away. So now that I moved away, at some point I was like scared to say that I miss my family, because it's so like, you made that decision by yourself. Like, you know, like I know what I'm doing here, but I also,
you can still say it.
Yeah, but I also realized is that it's okay to want to be close with your family.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
But sometimes I do feel like it's not like some people are just like, oh, I'm gonna chase my dreams and like I'm gonna move to US and I'm gonna do, even you're like, oh, I'm gonna like go to New York, whatever it is, and I'm like, I just like wanna go home, be close with my life.
I feel like we put such a bad image on that, like the idea of moving abroad and then going back home. I feel like I've kind of heard that my whole life. Whenever like we hear family friends like, oh, they went back home, there's always like a bad stigma around it, which is like, I don't think that should be the case anymore. I think it's a good thing to go back home sometimes. Like if that's what you want and you see like potential in that, you see like a future in that, I don't see like why that could be a problem.
Yeah, I think my whole life I've kind of been like not struggling, but kind of like having debates with people around the fact that back home is not bad. Like Kazakhstan is not bad.
You always stand by your country.
I always do, and I've always done it even back there. Yeah. Which was not what a lot of people would do. Yeah. And it's always like, oh, US is so much better. There's so much better. There is so much better. And I'm like, sure. And now that I've actually lived in a different country, I can proudly say that, yes, some aspects are better, but some aspects are not. And it's the way you look at it. And it's what you want to do about it. So definitely like different ways to look at it. But that's something that I've like, I think throughout my university, that's the one thing that really changed with me. I'm like, it's not bad anymore in my brain. Going back home is not bad. Yeah. Which is a nice thing to have for me.
Last summer, when you decided to go back, you were so scared that like, oh, is this a wrong decision? Like, I'm disappointed in myself, or like will people be disappointed in me? But you had such a good time back home.
I was so happy. Yeah. It was like, it's a lot, but it was like, I think I realized that it was like the best decision I could have made. And yeah. Okay. Moral of the episode is, this is a question, moral. Going forward, how do you see yourself making plans? Like, do you want to have a 1 year plan, 5 year 5-year plan, 3-year plan, like, was it looking?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, how do I want to make my
Yeah.
plans? Girl, I don't know.
No plans. Just go
No,
with the
I'll
flow.
always have plans, but I think I don't want to have such a like specific. I don't even know. It's like I just don't want to put too much pressure on the plan that it's gonna impact what I do in the present moment, right? So I guess that like have a plan, but then don't put so much focus, so much pressure on it. If it doesn't go if it doesn't go that way, it's fine. It might be for the better, you know. So just reminding myself of that. How about you?
I'm asking this question just because I feel like we're going into the time of our life when we don't have that stability. Like in uni, we knew that 2 more years, 1 more year, whatever.
We're leaving the bubble.
Yes. So I think for me, definitely 1-year plan is still very much intact. And I think like 3 years as well, 3, maybe 5. I think 10 is a bit of a very long shot. I don't think I looked that far.
10 years is crazy.
10 years, I only look in
So
terms of like big
happen.
things. Like I would want to have a kid in 10 years.
Yes.
Will it happen? I don't know. Because there are a lot of things, you know? But yeah, I think definitely echoing what you said is make plans for sure. I don't understand how people don't make plans. This is a really odd concept to me. But don't stress too much about it. It's okay. Everything works out. And make the best of it. And yeah.
Yeah. I think make plans, but also go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Sometimes the best things happen when you least expect it.
Actually, probably.
And I stand by it so much. So many of my not best, but like most memorable memories, they happen because I didn't plan for it to happen.
I think that's like the case with everyone. Same with me.
Yeah, so have your plans, but also don't reject
the opportunities.
Yeah.
Literally, don't chase, attract.
Sure that.
Like in different ways of your life.
Yeah,
different
however you want to think about it.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. I hope you didn't plan to listen to this episode and it ended up being amazing.
And this is like your favorite podcast ever.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Yes.
Bye.